get out of SC, right? I remember you were in old school.
Old school, first job.
First job.
Yeah. Did you audition?
Oh yeah,
You were part of that. There was cattle call.
Yeah. They put up a cattle call at USC for the old school movie with Vince Vaughn, Luke Wilson, Will Ferrell. I mean, no one thought it was gonna. I mean, I guess maybe because Todd Phillips.
No, because Todd wasn't even like a proven.
He wasn't Hangover Todd yet. No,
he had done Road Trip. That was it.
Yeah, which was great.
Yeah, but it wasn't like what he is now. Obviously.
Yes. Yeah. And I remember, a bunch of us went into the DRC and auditioned. And I remember, first of all, just it made me go, oh, that's what's cool about being at this school is things like that. Whether it was people being like,
oh my God,
do you want to go see movie premiere or screenings 2 months before it comes out was a cool thing. But that there was an audition right there. And then everyone was like, Patrick Adams going to be in. And then I remember going to see it and I'm like, oh, you're in it. You're one of the fraternity brothers. You got featured scenes. It was fucking cool, man.
Well, it's funny. I was background. I was background the whole time.
Yeah,
but for 30 days. I mean, you don't get to do that often.
Right.
I was what do they call us? The bullpen pledges. Do you know the story of that though?
No.
Like they did that huge cattle call. Yeah. I went in. You remember you were in the room for like 15 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Right? And out. I went in. Todd Phillips was there. He's like, it says you do a Scottish accent. I was like, I think he was just trying to mess with me. I was like, yeah, I could do that. He's like, do a little bit for me. I like did the lines in a Scottish accent. He kind of giggled for a second and then out the door. And I was like, okay, well that's the end of that. No one's getting a part.
For me, he was like, I heard you're circumcised, and then we FaceTimed my mom. No, FaceTime wasn't out yet.
Pull it down. Just
pull it down.
Pull
I
it
showed
down.
him,
Show
and then
me.
he was like, get out of here. That looks weird. No, it was so quick.
I don't see it.
See it. It clearly happened. I don't believe you. Yeah, and then did you play guitar for them?
No, so that had nothing to do with it. I just then they had a callback, and I remember like Rob Kirkovich was in there, maybe Todd Waldman or something, and they just brought us into a room and like yelled at us. I think it was just like groups of guys. They were filming us, and someone was just sort of like saying things at us and yelling at us.
See how you react.
Seeing how we would react.
Wow.
We didn't have lines. I don't think we were even saying anything. They just wanted to see our faces.
Yeah.
It was right before Christmas. That was gone. I walked out, and that was over. I didn't hear another thing. At the time, when you went to Canada, you had a different cell phone. So my cell phone in the States wouldn't work in Canada. So I went up, did Christmas with my family, came back to like a January 1st or whatever, and I had a message on my phone saying, where are you? We need to do a fitting. Shooting starts like January 8th or something. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Called them and went, yeah, you're one of the background, but you need to like figure it out. We're starting January 8th. You need to get in. You need to do. At the time, I was Canadian, not allowed to work in the States.
Wow.
Like totally illegal. I hadn't figured any of that out because I didn't know. So I ended up having to sign up to do Old School as an internship through the school. I had to sign up for a course with all these other kids that were doing like an internship at a law firm or an accounting firm.
Yeah.
I had to do my Old School experience as an internship. So I was like having to write papers about my time on the Old School
Just to make
set.
it legit.
Coming back and everybody would tell them about the TPS reports they had filed and how they'd had a really successful week. And I'd be like, yeah, we watched two girls, wrestle in a pool full of lube or whatever this week.
Oh my God.
It was nuts.
Yeah,
it was nuts.
Well, and I guess, right, that's probably you playing guitar.
And that was
Will
accidental.
sings.
They came up and they were like, who plays guitar? And I put my hand up and they were like, anybody else at all play guitar? I was like, no, I'm the only one. So they're like, all right, come on. And they just brought me over to Will Ferrell and they were like, okay, we got to learn Dust in the Wind. Can you learn Dust in the Wind by tomorrow? And I was like, I'll try. Figured it out. And that was like my first real time. Yeah, he couldn't have been cooler. I mean, I was petrified, you know. And he was Will Ferrell, but he wasn't Will Ferrell yet. But he was SNL Will Ferrell. And he was the nicest guy in the world. I'm not sure if you're friendly with him now.
I would love to be. I know people that know him and everything. He's one of those guys where you're like in all the, talk shows and everything. And I've heard amazing stories.
Amazing.
I mean, you saw he just went back to his, I think, son's frat party at USC.
At USC, I saw him. Yeah.
I mean, that's cool
So
that he
cool.
stays tied there.
Yeah, he could have been, I don't know, he could have been anything to me. Who was I at the moment? And he was super cool. He really helped calm me down because I think he could tell I was terrified. And then we had a ball. We did it.